the 11th of October is a day I'll never forget in my life. My husband came to the office to pick me at about 10 o'clock. We got home around 10:30, 11. All of a sudden, he started complaining. My head, I have headache. I was like, headache again? What kind of headache is this? I gave him paracetamol. He said it's like they're using hammer on his head. I said, this one passed paracetamol. Immediately, I brought communion. Before I could give him communion, he just slumped, closed his eyes, and was not breathing again. I ran out, called my neighbors, one allergy in my compound, and a pastor. Got into the room, rushed him, took him to the car, started praying. One thing I know I don't miss out is Daddy's songs in my car and anointing oil. The moment they moved him into the car, I just picked my anointing oil from the car and poured it on his head. He opened his eyes. And the allergy screamed and said, I have never seen this in my life. Like, what is happening? He opened his eyes and said, babe, my leg, my right leg. The moment he said my right leg, I took the anointing oil, rubbed it on his leg, his face, his hands. He started doing his hands like this. I knew what it was leading to, but I just kept praying. We headed straight to the hospital. They did the brain scan. The doctor just said this is subarachnoid hemorrhage. That is bleeding in the brain, which can lead to stroke. I was like, God, where am I going to start from? They took him. Okay, the doctor had to transfer him to another hospital now. That is a neurosurgery hospital. When we got there, they did the scan. The doctor called me and showed me and said, see, this is everything. There's blood in the brain. My husband was not talking again. He would just be looking at you. He would not talk. He couldn't hear, nothing. Everything was gone. They rushed him to the ICU. In fact, the ICU was filled, but the doctor had to create a space for him there. You need to see my husband. I never knew the ICU was like that. Everything, all kinds of things on his face. My husband used 10 bottles of oxygen in that hospital. I kept praying. 3 days, I did not bathe, eat food, nor drink water. And I told God, I said, the doctor said there will be a surgery. And I said, surgery, okay? This man that died and came back to life, surgery. I said, no way. I called Pastor Victor, who was a friend to my husband, and I called Dunamis hotline. We prayed. I came here, laid on the altar, and I told God, if you can raise my husband, there will be no surgery. The doctor told me, Madam, go and get 5 million. I said, for surgery? I said, no surgery. Later on, they placed a lumbar drain for him to drain out the blood. He opened his eyes and looked at me and said, babe, how are you? I said, I'm fine. I came down to church here, bought a handkerchief, used it as a mantle for him, placed it on his head for him. I kept praying for him. I came for all the ninth vigil, kept praying. I would lay on the altar here. I said, God, you must answer me. Finally, when the doctor said, okay, they have to scan to know which of the blood vessels so that they can clip the aneurysm. When they checked, he didn't see anything. He checked again, he didn't see. They did 4 CT scan, 4 MRI, They didn't see anything. And the doctor called me, pharmacist, I'm sure you're aware of what's happened. I said, yes, sir. He said, this is your God there. Go and hold him very well, oh. He said, madam, which church should they go, Seth? I said, it's Dunamis now. They said, no wonder. I can see it on your card there.
So, they are here today to give God praise. The husband is alive, and that diagnosis of stroke that was mentioned, all knocked out, and they are fine today. Somebody give the Lord a praise.
That man came back, literally came back to life. He had hemorrhagic stroke. That was death. Fatty died, came back, and then God established him, and surgery was cancelled. No surgery.
Came for checkup. They checked him, scanned again, and said, in fact, the doctor called other neurosurgeons from National Hospital. They should check. Nothing. And they said, we can't find the blood vessel.
I wanted to understand about the handkerchief. Okay. All right. She said she bought handkerchief, brought it here, and prayed on it, and went and laid it on him. We don't sell handkerchief. Just so that nobody takes advantage of this and then somebody corners you on the road and say, this is that handkerchief they are talking about. We don't sell handkerchief. We don't sell handkerchief for healing or for miracle. Neither do we sell oil or anything. People buy the things, pray on it, and go and use it. Or they come and say, bless this thing for me, let me go and anoint somebody. Is that clear? If you see anybody on the road say, this is Dunamis handkerchief, buy. He's a thief. He must be arrested. This is special Dunamis handkerchief, special Dunamis oil, special Dunamis communion or water. That is a thief. We sell nothing like that. The miracle, the healing, the power of God is free and it is not to be sold. Stand up on your feet, everybody, and let us celebrate.